Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jake, aka Tag, and today we have Asuchini on the line. What's up, man? How's it going?
Hey man, how are you doing? I'm fine.
I'm doing really well, and I'm doing even better ever since we see this glorious Sparky deck that, dude, I just don't see the Goblin Giant in this deck. And Goblin Giant is always synonymous with Sparky. We have the Giant and the individual Goblin Barrel. It's so cool to see, and I love the innovation here, man. What are some tips and tricks that we can implement into our gameplay if we're looking to play this deck?
Well, I think first you know that you have a bait deck, so that's why you have the barrel. So you have to use it to make sure that your opponent is wasting a big spell, so you can use better your cards to defend, like Skarmy and Ord. So I think that's a good tip. That's why I use the barrel, just for bait the spells and defend better. It's better if you use Sparky first in the back than Giant, because you can like push to your side with the Giant placing in the middle. So it's better if you play Sparky first than Giant. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Let's go hop into some ladder games and let's see what happens, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we just hopped into a game. We got a game finally on ladder. It takes a little bit of time to queue into it. Asuchini, what's up, man? So you talked about how you always want to start off the game with your Sparky opposed to dropping your Giant. I like that a lot. I feel like, don't you do that traditionally, typically against like P.E.K.K.A decks or someone that has a lot of bridge spam? You feel more comfortable starting the Sparky in that situation?
Yeah. So against P.E.K.K.A is good because sometimes they overcommit when you put the Sparky, and you can defend just with Ore because he's not going to have time to use the poison. So yeah, I prefer to start with the Sparky against P.E.K.K.A.
Also, it was really cool to me, the thing that you said originally was sometimes you're not even trying to get damage out of your Goblin Barrel. It's really just sometimes a means to an end of, hey, I want to go drop my barrel. I don't care about getting damage. I just want to bait out their spells, so then my Goblin or my Skarmy is going to get a whole bunch of value on defense. So I really like that. And we just saw a perfect illustration of what Asuchini was talking about before. He started his Sparky, and then he kited his opponent's units, his prince, right into the Sparky hit, and the Sparky got a lot more value. If he had started the Giant first, that interaction wouldn't have been possible. So super well played on his end. So, what do you think about this matchup? Obviously, he has a fast cycle with Zap and Giant. What are you going to be looking to do here? Starting Sparky and playing aggressive, or are you going to try to play more passive, cycle Goblin Barrels for your tower damage?
Well, he wastes his Giant, so I can start with the Sparky now. I can ignore that because I just need to throw the arrows. But I think now he has a Giant again, but I can just ignore a tower because I know that I'm not going to defend. If I put Ore, he's going to fireball me, and if I put Skarmy, he's going to stab me. So sometimes you just have to ignore.
That's really
I can
cool.
do it. Yeah, I just need him to bait to use the sap.
Yeah, that was really cool because if you guys noticed that right there, he went in for the Skarmy right on top of the Prince, knowing that his opponent would zap it. He didn't drop it off to the side because he knew that, hey, he's going to zap this anyway. Like, I want to get damage from it, so if I drop it immediately before he reacts, he's not going to do anything. And he needs to get damage on top. So the Sparky was able to kill it because he got a little bit of damage with the Skarmy. And as a result, he made a much better push there, and he even takes tower. Really well played, man.
Yes. I just have to spark him back because he's going to like minor Giant in the middle.
Yeah, so you can't even start a push in the opposite lane because you have to defend that tower. Yeah. He's gonna fireball you. He's just gonna hit the Mega Minion though. That's pretty good for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I have the free Ord.
Oh wow, this is gonna be scary, man. You never want to fireball anything besides that horde, right?
Nope.
I just remember CMC Hugh playing against you when you play this deck. It's just, you know, people can just fall apart when they play against this. It's just tilting, man. It's probably a very like sinister thing to do to play this deck. It's so cool because no one's used to playing against this. You're probably the only person that plays this at a high level, and it's just so cool to play off-meta, innovative decks like this. So
Yeah.
they have to worry about the Sparky 3 crowning them, and then you can go for Goblin Barrels on the left-hand side. It's just crazy.
Yes. It's kind of difficult sometimes when you start using this, but when you know how to bait with the barrel, it can be really easy. Even with counters like Royal Giant, you can win. So we start like using the Goblin barrel so we can take off and spell from. Well,
Yeah, it makes sense. So what are your opening plays? Traditionally, like Goblin Barrel as the start? It's like your favorite thing?
yes.
You ever
Goblin
zap the
Barrel.
tower to kick off the game? Probably
Yeah,
not.
if he zap my Goblin barrel, I can spark in the back.
Okay, that's cool. Usually when you see Zap, you know that they're not running like Expo or anything, so Sparky in the back too, like, it wouldn't hurt you in a lot of scenarios that it otherwise would. So that's
Yeah.
really cool to like play off of spells like, hey, I know that my opponent has Zap, they can't have a Expo because Expo always runs log. Therefore, if I drop Sparky in the back, I can't get punished. That's like a really cool thought that I wasn't really thinking about before. So, it's packed
Now
in.
I can defend with Skarmy because he uses sap, so he has to use poison.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. And you have arrows. This is disgusting. Asuchini, what are you doing to the man? Oh
Yeah, that Bandy was really bad.
no! Yeah, how many games end up like this? I feel like this is just bullying, man. I don't really know what to say here. So you just end up starting the Sparky when you know that you have an advantage and when you know that your opponent cycles their Zap, and if they spam you opposite lane, you have to Skarmy because they don't have an answer then.
Yes, you know how OP the Skarmy is. So if your opponent doesn't have the sap in hand, you can kill everything with the Skarmy. So
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely insane. I feel like Skarmy is actually one of the most underrated cards in the game. I feel like it just doesn't.
I think so.
Just doesn't fit into a lot of decks. I feel like
Now I can push the P.E.K.K.A. and the Bandit to my side.
oh, you're just gonna kite it with a giant. Yeah, and he poisons. Oh no, you had to do it like that. You had to do him dirty. And he's got like P.E.K.K.A, Electro Wizard, Zap, Poison, a deck that you would think would hard counter you because you know you
He
do
needs the
have
Zap.
Giant with bait, and he's got Electro Wizard for the Spark, he's got Zap for the Skarmy, he's got Poison for the Minion Horde, he's got P.E.K.K.A for the Giant, but you 3-crowned him without any tower damage really. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go right on to the next one, man.
Well, I mean, the P.E.K.K.A with triple spell is a bit hard because he can snowball my Skarmy.
Yeah.
So,
So you-
that deck only have sap, so it's better for me.
If you have Zap and Skarmy in that situation, what would you prefer to do? Is just zap the Goblin Barrel, or would you drop Skarmy in the back of the tower and try to deny damage? Would you like rather keep Skarmy for the defensive capabilities against Bridge
Yeah.
Spam? Or...
Yeah, it's a really important card to defend, so I prefer in the start just use sap.
Yeah, because a lot of log bait decks are primarily like they have Prince now, so I was just wondering if that would be a good play to ever just keep the Skarmy in hand until you like know exactly what they have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has.
So you would never cycle Skarmy. Like, what are the big no's? Like, you don't start the game with Giant, you don't start the game with Mega Man, you don't start the game with like.
Well, Mega Minion you can.
Okay.
Just not Skarmy in the back, like split Skarmy. That's so bad.
Okay. Yeah, that's something
Or
that.
you never place Ord in the middle to split. You know. I'm going to hit everything here.
Man, arrows are so quick after that buff, dude.
Yeah, I'm barrel in the back so he can miss his spell. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's the thing with this deck, dude. There's so many things going on. If you barrel in the back, a lot of times your opponent just doesn't know what to do. Is this just going to be another 3-crown man? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Literal cyberbullying here, guys. It's unreal.
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe you can cut this game. I mean, didn't happen. Didn't happen. Like
No, we're definitely keeping it. This is funny. It's
Okay.
good. It's good, man. It just shows like the deck.
Oh,
OP.
fake!
Yeah, man, this is crazy. Let's go on to the next one. I can't believe you're just wrecking people. All right, so we got into the next one. It looks like you're going to be playing against a 2.9 Expo, or it will end up being the Hog Earthquake. But after seeing the log, it's definitely going to be 2.9. So how do you play against this matchup?
Well, I sometimes I ignore the expo, or sometimes I do expo in same line that I wait for hit my tower. So sometimes it works, but to be honest, it depends on how good my opponent is defending. So sometimes it can work really good, but
So I'm just guessing that the reason that you do that is to retain HP on your Sparky so it can't get like fireballed or something, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. That's something that I would have never thought. Like if you don't have Giant in cycle, you just drop your Sparky after you let it lock onto your tower. Then you get back to Giant and you create a really big push. And as you guys just saw, he ends up taking a Sparky hit from the tower. So definitely pretty cool, man. I like
Yeah,
that.
if I tag the expo with my Sparky, he can just fireball me, and he can hit my Mega Minion and my Sparky and kill that. So that's why I wait him the expo to hit my tower first.
That's really cool. Is there any HP range that you would just let the Sparky end up getting hit? Or like if say your tower was at 1,500 and you would have lost tower then, would you have just let the tower go?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. That's something that I definitely just wouldn't have figured out. Like I would have never known that secret to the deck, and it's really cool because you've
I
played
mean,
this.
yeah. I mean, if the expo has everything to lose, if he has a tower down, so if you are sure that you are going to take a tower, if you ignore a push, so do that because
Yeah,
he's not going. Yeah,
he's gonna have to like fireball or log the tower. I don't actually
Yeah.
know why the archer does.
it's
Take
really
it.
hard to him to defend when tower is down.
You can drop Skarmy in the middle. It's hard to log, and obviously you can just drop stuff right on top of the Expo. Like that, it's horrible for him. Yeah. So if you can force it into a 1-1 scenario and trade towers, you're going to be having an advantage. So I guess that's exactly what you're trying to do here. This is one of the coolest matchups, I think, because it's a different approach to dealing with a person that's running 2.9 that I've never thought of. I was always like, oh man, I have to drop a Sparky, I have to tank for it. But man, you're just showing us the more innovative and better way to just play more offensive, tanking the tower damage, and securing a more formidable push that they just would not be
Yeah.
able to stop.
Well, I mean, if you defend, oh, this is RG. Well, if you defend the expo always with your giant, you are never going to attack him. I mean, you will always defend the expo, and you are never going to use a giant for attack. So
Yeah, so
because yeah,
this matchup, do you think it's going to be graveyard, or do you think it's going to be... Okay, this is weird.
yeah, it's a bit weird. I think it can be graveyard. I don't know.
That was a really good Mega Minion placement, too, because it's going to take the Fire Spirit's hits.
Yes,
That was really cool, because then the goblins didn't die or anything from that.
it can be giant to be honest, but
Sometimes in ladder, you just play funky decks, so you never really know. You never really know.
he has sap, so definitely he doesn't have a graveyard.
Yeah, the reason being is you never really have Zap with Graveyard because first off, Barbarrel is better. Log is also really good. But also if you have Zap in Graveyard, the tower resets from the tank that you're tanking the Graveyard with, and then
Yeah.
it goes on top of the skeleton. So that's why
Now you can just log the Dark Prince, so you take off the shield.
And then the Sparky just kills instantaneously. Yeah, that's really cool. I like this stuff, man. I've like...
I
My
can
eyes
stop
are
it.
like wide open to Sparky now with new respect. Like I didn't think like you'd be able to destroy 2.9 like that effectively without a spell. Usually,
Yeah.
like it's
Now he
crazy.
doesn't have sap, so I can defend with Skarmy really well.
And you always drop the Skarmy like right on top of the prince. You never drop it in the middle, further away, because it gives your opponent more time to like deal with it.
Well,
effectively.
if I know that he doesn't have a log, I do that. So, but he has a log. I put it in the middle.
Okay, so he's got Golem.
Yes, I don't know if he has a big spell.
He's got one card left. I don't really know what this could possibly be besides a big spell. It seems pretty crazy though, this deck. It's just...
I'm gonna sad.
Yeah, it's a super, super good minion horde as well. If you guys notice where he dropped it, it's behind the Golem, so when the Golem explodes, all of the Golemite damage does not get transferred to the minions, so the minions survive. So that's something that you really want to take into account when you're playing a minion horde deck or you're playing with minions against a Golem player. Always drop your minion horde behind the Golem, so after it explodes, you don't lose all your units. So we're going to go for Goblin Brawler here. Do you think the Sparky is going to be able to... You're still going to have to deal with that Prince, right? Are you going to drop anything?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sap.
Okay. Yeah, Prince is just such a beefy card, man. It's so good.
I think I have to ignore that, that Fire Spirit, because...
Do you ever start your Sparky if you're up Elixir? Do you ever start it before they start their Golem, or do you always wait?
I think I prefer to wait.
And if you guys are wondering why he drops a Giant there, like, in front, even though the Fire Spirits would kill, sometimes your opponent will actually go in for Lightning, and if they get a Lightning on top of the Sparky, it could be really bad, because then the Fire Spirit's connected. That's just tragic for you. Sparky is... Yeah. Man, you're super clutch keeping that Sparky alive.
Yeah, I think he lose now, because he don't have Elixir. I think.
I hope so, man. This is coming down to the wire. He's going to go in for a Furnace. You're going to end up going in for Mega Minion. He's going to have to cycle 2 more cards here. It's not going to be back to Lightning. I think you got him, actually. Man, asuchini's just like, yo, don't even worry about it. I'm chilling. I got the game in the bag. I have 456. He can totally Lightning zap me out, but I don't care. I got this in the bag, and dude, you're crazy.
If you miss your ore in this match, you lose. You don't have to. You don't have to miss your ore. It's really important.
Yeah. So if you miss your horde,
so wait for the baby dragon after put your ore, because.
So what you're saying?
I mean before, yeah.
So what you're saying is, if they ever get the baby dragon or any type of splash damage from fire spirits, baby dragon shots, or an effective zap on top of your horde, you're just going to lose the game, because your horde is going to be the main thing that allows you to kill the princes, kill the Golem in a lot of scenarios. That extra damage per second is just instrumental in allowing you to win. One of the things that I noticed in this matchup in particular is you actually went in for zaps on top of Fire Spirits to keep the Horde alive longer. So you drop the Horde, a wave of Fire Spirits was approaching, and instead of zapping the Prince's charges, you're like, I need to kill this Fire Spirits immediately. I need to protect my Horde. And it just shows like the game sense and the priority there. So it's really cool, man. So Asu, we learned a lot today about your giant Goblin Barrel deck that is super innovative and no one else plays it. So thank you so much for coming on the channel. You guys can go check out asuchini's Twitter down below in the description of the video, and his YouTube. You can go check that out in the pinned comment as well. And man, any shout outs?
Well, just if you guys can follow me on Twitter, and because I sometimes upload that some tips, like pro tips or funny videos, and also I'm going to start streaming in Twitch. So yeah, you guys can follow me.
That's awesome. So I'll also link your Twitch down below. I didn't know that you're going to start streaming on Twitch. I've always seen you on YouTube. That's cool, man. I'm glad to see you starting to come over to Twitch. That's awesome. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling with me, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.